Grant. I would really like to speak to you if you've got a chance to talk. To me, you seemed a bit off yesterday. It was kind of odd. I just wanted to know if everything's okay. Did something happen? You aren't getting sick or anything, are you? Or is there something that I did to make you act the way you did?
Oh my god, Aaron, would you seriously just shut up for once in your life? The bombarding of messages is super annoying.
Huh? What do you mean? I'm just trying to get you to talk to me. What's so wrong with that? Why are you acting so angry towards me all of a sudden? What did I do to make you feel like this? We literally just got married 3 days ago. You weren't feeling like this on our wedding day. What's the matter, Grant?
I guess I wasn't feeling like this that day, but I am right now. Who would want to see me behave like this? No one would, especially in front of our relatives and colleagues, right? That's why I had a smile and kept calm the entire time through our wedding ceremony.
Okay, so that's why I'm asking all these questions, because I know that your attitude has changed, and it's not good. So are you going to tell me what's going on?
Would you shut up, Aaron? I'm so tired of all these questions and talking to you, to be honest. So you need to be quiet before I make you.
But you've been completely ignoring me since the wedding finished up the other day. If you're going to continue ignoring me, I want to know why right now.
Look, I don't have a reason for it. I just want you to keep quiet so I can have some peace. You're being quite annoying with all this talk. Don't you realize that just because we're married doesn't mean that everything belongs to you? Or that you need to know anything and everything? I need my time and space as well.
I know that, and I'm not complaining about that at all. You've just been so kind to me up until recently, so I wanted to see what is influencing you to be so angry. I just want to know why you're feeling the way you do. Is that not a fair question to ask?
Don't you get that this is my true self? This is actually how I truly act towards everybody.
Huh? Really? Is that so? I don't know whether to believe you or not. So why have you been so fake since I first met you? Why would you act so kind if you're saying this is how you truly feel?
Well, I guess it was going to come out sooner or later, so you would have found out eventually. Whatever. None of this matters now. So if you can just stop always asking unnecessary questions. I'm sick of it. We're married now. Get used to it.
Unnecessary questions? But I'm your wife. I should be allowed to ask you anything. Okay, I quit my job because you asked me to become a housewife. Would you please at least tell me your living expenses as you promised you would? At the wedding, I told you that from now on, I would deal with the household finances, as you said that I was the one who was going to be at home a lot of the time. There's nothing wrong with asking you for your finances now, is there?
Well, in that regard, you need to be more flexible when it comes to my finances. You need to do better.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Do better? Be flexible with you? What am I supposed to do then if I can't get your financial details?
You should know what you're doing. You're my wife, but you don't even know how to budget properly? What does your existence even mean then? I'm so embarrassed of your existence right now. You're a bit useless, aren't you?
Come on, don't treat me like this, okay? Could you please come back home soon so that we can discuss these things like adults? We really need to sit down and have a face-to-face conversation.
Shut up, Aaron! I'm so tired of this crap. Just be quiet! It feels like you're not giving me freedom, and I'm so sick of it!
That's not what I'm meaning at all! I don't understand what you mean. I'm so confused by your behavior right now. Grant, I'm telling you that you've not paid me for your part of the living expenses yet. You've continued to ignore me for almost 2 months since our wedding day. I don't get why you'd treat me like this. I've got to pay for living expenses too. You're not the only one. I really just want to talk to you about things. Is that such a difficult thing to ask of my husband?
Shut up, Aaron! I'm so sick of all your talk. It's so frustrating to deal with.
Even if people think I'm loud or noisy, at least what I'm saying is the truth. I want to talk to you. You're being completely unfair. You're always telling me to shut up or be quiet when I don't want to hear that. I want an explanation to why you won't tell me the reason to not talking to me. So, are you going to tell me?
I'm tired from having to work so hard. Why do you always make me feel so bad about everything? I'm tired, so I need you to be quiet around me.
I'm asking all this now because I've stayed silent when you've told me to, but I've had enough. You've continued to ignore me for the past 2 months. I can't keep silent any longer. I want you to talk to me, Grant. We're a couple. We should be able to have adult conversations. I think it's weird for people in a romantic relationship to completely ignore each other. It's rather weird, actually.
What are you saying stuff like this to me for? Do you want to be physical with me or something?
I didn't even say that, though. I don't even feel like that anymore after the way you've been ignoring me.
Well, the feeling's mutual, Aaron. But since we're bound by a marriage certificate, you're unfortunately my wife. A wife's just the same as a slave. I don't need for you to say anything, and just do what I tell you to do. That's why I get so angry whenever you try to talk to me, like you're somehow my equal. You should know your position in a marriage.
So, I'm just a slave to you. That I should know my position as your wife? I really don't understand, but I can finally see what you've been thinking for these past couple of months.
Well, what do you even want from me, slave? I told you what I've been thinking. You happy now?
To be honest, I was looking for a normal married life to a man who loved me for me. But I guess I was searching in vain. I guess I should stop wasting my energy on that idea. I'll just give up.
I'm not gonna get all clingy with you just because we're married. That's not how I work at all. I'm tired from working, so please, don't contact me again.
Right, okay. If that's what you wish for, Grant, I won't contact you.
I mean it. I'll be so angry if I hear from you. Don't contact me again.
Okay then. I'll do as you say, Grant. But it'll be too late if you start to regret what you said or doing this. Because you've already said it. You can't take back what you said to me, alright? Please start taking responsibility for the things you say to me and how you treat others.
What the heck are you talking about? I've never had any regrets in life. Why have you started talking so viciously towards me? That's another good reason not to talk to you. Don't you understand what I want? Stop talking. Don't contact me.
If you say so, Grant. Just telling you that this is the end of your speech to me.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Nothing. I guess I'll leave you to it. Excuse me while I go and run some errands.
Hey, Aaron! You need to answer me when I'm talking to you! You need to get home early today! Do you hear me? And you need to make us dinner as well, alright? For the first time in quite a while, I feel like relaxing at home. Do you want to watch a movie or something when I get home?
What the heck, Grant? What makes you think you can ask those things of me? Are you for real?
Well, recently you've not been making any food for me. You used to cook a lot before we got married. You're not slacking off, are you, Aaron?
What are you talking about? I made you dinner every day for the first month and waited for you to come home from work. But there were so many times when you didn't come home without even contacting me. I just stopped making food for you. You seem to turn into such a jerk. So I didn't bother doing any cooking.
Excuse me? What did you just call me? How dare you call me something like that? Don't you realize that I'm trying to give you time to talk? Because that's what you wanted? Don't you think it's fine to behave like this?
But then you contact me like nothing bad has happened between us. You only do this on days when you're in a really good mood. It's so exhausting going back and forth. You can't just wait to message me and boss me around, such as making me cook you food when you don't even appreciate me as a person.
What the heck are you talking about? I'm not like that at all towards you.
Are you kidding me right now? This is too little too late. I'm sorry.
What's too little too late? I don't get what you mean. Have you already eaten dinner without me or something?
Do I really have to explain how what you've been saying to me is cruel? No, I haven't eaten dinner yet.
Okay. Then how about you make me some food, as well as for yourself? Don't you have some free time on your hands anyway?
I literally just finished work, Grant. I won't be able to get home early and cook dinner. In fact, I was already planning to go home, but there's not much in the house at the moment.
Huh? I'm confused. What are you talking about? What did you just say before? Am I missing something here? This doesn't make sense. Why do you have a job when you're supposed to be a stay-at-home wife?
I first started working about 2 months ago when I gave up having any sort of relationship with you. I found myself a new home and a new job to occupy my mind. I'm just in the process of moving into my new house, actually. I wanted to move into my new place using my maiden name. So if you'd be so kind in getting a divorce from me, that'll be great, and we can just let each other go.
Wait, what? Just back it up for a second, alright? What are you saying? Why are you saying all this? Huh? You want a divorce from me? What did I even do to you?
Did you read my previous message? I just want to get a divorce from you. I want to, or rather, I will do that. I don't get why you're being like this towards me. I just want this over and done with. My feelings will never change about this. What you're wanting from me right now is too late. You should have been kinder towards me so that we wouldn't be in this situation in the first place.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean I'm already too late? We just got married not so long ago, Aaron. Why would you want this?
For 3 months, you either completely ignored my presence or you insulted me all the time through messaging. I couldn't even pay for some of the living expenses because you wouldn't communicate with me. I honestly regret marrying you, especially after seeing what you're truly like.
Why are you even mentioning regret? There's no need for you to say things like that. Come on, it's been 3 months already. You need to forget that. It's really just a matter of circumstances, isn't it? It was just about time for me to face you and discuss things anyway. I was almost there with you. Come on, give me some credit here.
Oh, were you now? Do you really think it's going to change my feelings about you? It's just too late, Grant. I've been telling myself that I'm done with this relationship and I'm not changing my mind. Of course I had no intention in talking to you today, actually. All you wanted to hear is me saying yes to me cooking for you, didn't you? There's no way I'm going to do that for you anymore.
But Aaron, don't be like that. Don't say those sorts of things when you don't mean it. I don't get why you'd say that to me. You're not this kind of person. Why have your feelings suddenly changed? Is it because there's another man involved? Is that it? If that's the case, I'll never forgive you for betraying me. I'll take all the money you owe me for your infidelity.
Okay, would you quit it? I'm not going to tell you anything because it's a waste of time as you tell me to shut up and have a complaint to everything I say. No matter how much you try and investigate me, you'll never find any evidence of any infidelity. After all, I'm not the one who's cheating on you.
Are you serious? Is that actually true? Then why are you working and buying a new house? I don't understand.
Because I'm done with all of your crap. I've been completely ignoring you until now, but when I try to speak about divorcing you, I get really anxious. It's so lame that I don't even know why I get like that when I want out of this relationship. I've already filed the divorce papers at the courthouse, and I feel like such an idiot for having married you.
How could you say something like that to me? Don't be so rude. You're not the type of person to say such cruel things to someone, Aaron. Bring the old Aaron back. She was so much nicer and kinder. Then once she's back, we can get this marriage back on track.
Are you for real? What you're saying is making no sense to me. What old Aaron are you talking about? I'm not doing anything to change who I am for you since you're still continuing to be so arrogant towards me. There's no way that I want to start over with you again. I've run out of love for my ignorant and selfish husband. I've got no intention of dealing with you in the future. But I now know why you've been acting so strange and standoffish towards me.
Huh? What are you talking about? What could you possibly know?
Don't play dumb with me now, Grant. I know everything that's been going on.
Now, just hold on a minute. What do you mean by, you know everything? What's that supposed to mean?
Well, the reason why you wouldn't give me your living expenses was simply because you didn't have the money to pay for them. Am I right?
I haven't got a clue what you're talking about, Aaron. You're just making it so difficult to communicate with you.
You know that's not true. If you don't get what I'm talking about, that's okay because I already know. The reason's because you didn't have the means to pay me for living expenses. That's the simple answer. You couldn't give it to me, so now you've left me with no choice, right? It's time to be brave and speak the truth so I don't get suspicious of you, Grant. Weren't you ignoring me so you'd stop yourself from messing up?
How the heck do you know anything about that? I've been keeping it to myself this entire time. Who told you what's going on with me? Where did you hear it from? Did you hire a private detective to follow me or something?
I didn't hire anyone to follow you. I just knew everything you were doing. You just seem to be spending your living expenses on gambling. It seems you're in a bit of debt as well. You used excuses like you were busy at work, that you needed a break and all those things. But after all that, you just seem to be going to the casino, right? But you've been trying to desperately get back the money you lost gambling. Wasn't that what you were concentrating on? So I wouldn't suspect anything, right?
What's with the way you're talking to me? How dare you? You're just desperate to put me down. Before I got married to you, I'd stopped gambling. But I got really excited at the wedding ceremony, as there was a slot machine near the venue. I accidentally wasted all our wedding money on a slot machine.
This has got to be some sort of sick joke, right? You lost the money we got from our guests?
That's why I didn't want to talk to you, because I thought I would spill all the horrible truths. I thought it would be lame of me to ask for help. I thought I could somehow earn the money from the slot machine again and get the money back that was for us.
You used 3 months' worth of salary to get back the money you lost? Are you serious?
That's right. But I didn't mean to do what I did. I need to support you somehow after you became a housewife for me. I thought a lot about what to do. This was just a result of my own stupid thinking.
Oh, is that what happened? Well, I guess you tried your best to fix what you broke. But to no avail, of course. But you still decided to marry me anyway, even though you've got a serious gambling issue and lied through your teeth about it. Because we share the same name, that means that whatever debt you build up falls on me as well. I'm not going to let that happen to me when I've done nothing wrong. I'm consulting a lawyer about this.
No, wait, you can't do that! You're going to hire a lawyer? But why? I don't understand. I thought you'd help me out.
Because you stole money from our accounts and you borrowed that money without my permission as the guarantor. I'm going to sue you for stealing the money I worked hard for. It was a good chunk of my savings you took. I don't remember giving you my name to take the money out. I've got no intention of becoming a joint account holder with a scumbag like you. So I filed the divorce papers and left the house. But I don't think this will be enough, so I'm sure my lawyer will tell me what to do. Please talk through my lawyer from now on.
Just hold on a second, okay? You really just need to calm down and think this through. Don't make such hasty decisions. How come you're acting so cold towards me? We're supposed to be in love with each other, right? There's no need for our relationship as husband and wife to end this way. We're obviously in crisis mode at the moment, so we need to put our heads together and work out how to fix this.
There's no way I'm working things out together anymore. I refuse to do that.
You refuse? You can't just refuse to work this out. I'm your husband, remember? Don't be so horrible. I really need you right now so that we can fix the problems that have gotten us into.
Don't you get it, Grant? You were complete trash to begin with. I just didn't know about it until it was too late. Now I've got to do all these divorce matters. I wouldn't go to the extent of borrowing money to go gambling if something didn't go my way in my marriage. If I had known what you were like before we got married, I would never want to lay eyes on you again. This is a major factor as to why I want out of this marriage. But I can do all of this with the help of my lawyer.
But Aaron, you can't leave me! I love you so much! You can't leave someone who loves you! You can't just abandon me with all this debt! I need your help, please! You're the type of person that would help an abandoned animal on the street, so why won't you help me?
Don't you dare guilt trip me. But besides, the animal would be 1,000,000,000 times cuter than a scumbag like you, so I wouldn't mind helping it out. Well, I'm just going to leave the scumbag to deal with his own problems. Enjoy living in your own filth, Grant. Goodbye. Don't ever try to meet me face to face ever again, you piece of trash. Enjoy wasting your life away at the casino. After that, Erin immediately fast-tracked her divorce papers through the court system. Apparently she moved away from her house as well. Grant was apparently approached by Aaron's lawyer about his circumstances. He had to pay back all his gambling debts himself. He was also obligated to pay alimony to Aaron for financially burdening her. It seems that he's running into more debt than ever before. Aaron should have seen right through that scumbag's fake personality sooner so she could reveal his true nature to everyone. Although he regrets what he did, he seems relieved that he was able to get out of everything before it was too late. Aaron learned a valuable lesson from this, that you should always get to know your partner well before you get married.
Are you seriously in your 30s, Mia? LOL. Like, what the heck's up with that, LOL? What do you mean, what's up with me? Good evening, Layla. Why have you started bringing this up all of a sudden? I want to talk about your age, LOL. Do you even know how old I am? I'm 23 years old. I'm still very young and attractive, LOL. I am literally asked all the time by bartenders for my ID because I look so young. I know that. But in your case, it's hard to tell whether you're really in your 40s or maybe 50s, LOL. No wonder you're still single, though, LOL. I'm sure it's difficult for any man to ask you out when they can't tell if you've still got a lot of time left on this planet. Hold on, Layla. I've heard that you're younger than my little brother and that you're very young. But I don't get why you're getting all worked up over me being in my 30s. You're treating it as though I should just give up already and enter a retirement home or something. You're not far off from having to go to one. And you being that old, well, doesn't that pretty much make you an old woman then? In your 30s, LOL. Huh? You really think that I'm an old woman? So then that must mean that in another 7 years, you too will become an old woman like me? Well, in my case, I'm never going to think about my life in 7 years, LOL. And with how soft and vibrant my skin is, nobody has to know when I turn 30, LOL. And that's why I'm calling you an old woman right now. Your back must already be hurting, and I'm sure that brown hair of yours is all dyes, right? Layla, if you think about what you've been saying to me, don't you find it all a bit rude? I understand that compared to my brother, we both have 12 years apart, and that I really am much older than the both of you. But does that make it okay for you to make fun of me and my age and act as though you know better than me? You plan on becoming a part of our family as well, so doesn't that make your attitude very unacceptable? I have no idea what you're talking about. I have the kind of ears that don't like listening to those above the age of 30. I guess there are people with those kinds of amazing ears. Must be terrible for anyone you work with, though, correct? And that's why I plan to quit my job, LOL. I'm looking forward to a fun life of being your brother's housewife. I'll be able to spend every day drinking and relaxing. Well, if you think that Eric's okay with you living with him like that, then that's totally fine. But if you're trying to pick a fight with me, I can tell you right now that there's no good reason for that, and so I'd like you to stop. We are going to be meeting your family here soon, and you wouldn't want me bringing any of this up in front of them, would you? Nobody has their family go talk to the other family before the wedding anymore, you loser. That's like something people from last century did. That's not really something that's phased out of modern life, though. That idea is so old that it's turned into a rock now, LOL. But I guess someone as old as you would love to be around rocks all day. Well, I don't want any old rocks sitting around me and Eric. And so we have no plans for any family meetups. I have a feeling that you misunderstood me a little too much there. Well, anyway, I just want you to know that you're not invited to our wedding. And as for meeting the rest of Eric's family, I have no plans to. So good day to you. Excuse me, Layla? I don't mind if you don't plan on meeting with Eric's family or letting this family meet yours, but I'm sure Eric doesn't agree with you, right? I think after you've calmed down a bit, you should try and rethink what you've said to me today before you begin to regret it.
I overheard that Layla may have said some pretty rude things to you yesterday.
Yeah, she sure did.
I knew it! She said to me that she was a bit drunk and said some things she probably shouldn't have to you. She said she's sorry, and so am I. That's why I thought I should tell you right now about it.
Then why is she not apologizing to me? And you are. I'd really like to hear it from her that she's actually sorry about everything she said.
I'm sure she's embarrassed about what she said to you, and that's the reason she doesn't want to approach you directly. And actually, this is pretty rare for you to stand up for yourself this much. Was it really that rude? What did she say to you?
That's not what I'm talking about, but if she plans to not apologize to me directly, maybe she's just asking you to apologize in her place so she doesn't feel she has to. And actually, I really am hurt by a few things she said to me, so I'd like to talk that all over with her. Maybe I'm just thinking about this too much. But do you really want to marry someone like her?
Why are you asking me something like that now?
I've just been wondering what about her has made you want to marry her. Hopefully, she's never this way with you.
Normally, she's not that bad of a person, but recently, I've noticed her drinking a lot more often, and it's getting a bit annoying. However, I think she'll get over this little phase pretty soon. We have our wedding coming up soon, and she's probably just nervous for all of it.
I'm surprised you're this relaxed and understanding of her. Well, just make sure you don't let her put you on a leash or anything, okay? If things start to get even worse with her, please let me know.
Put me on a leash? What does that mean?
Either way, just know that I'm hoping for you to live a happy life. Well, I hope you're looking forward to the wedding. I'll make sure to get there a little early in order to talk with you some more. What the heck? Mia, you are here far too early, LOL. Seeing you here already freaked me out and I just happened to spill my wine all over you, LOL. You were freaking out? Are you sure it wasn't just you walking into me on purpose and spilling all that wine all over me for fun? Well, you could be right about that. But I couldn't help it, right? I made sure that anyone that came here today were in their 20s and nobody else that was older was invited. LOL. And in your case, you're way over the age limit, so you should just go, right? Excuse me? I could say that you're just naturally this terrible of a person, but could you also just be drunk right now? Even if I was drunk, this would have nothing to do with it, right? LOL. I said the age limit is 29 years old, LOL. So get lost, Grams. I don't want you here anymore, LOL. This is the first time I'm hearing about this age limit that's in place. Are you being serious about that? Of course! I don't want some smelly old people, especially you, coming in here and ruining my wedding's vibes, LOL. Just that smell alone that you all give off is enough to make the flowers here wilt. But now that you've come without being invited, I'm going to have to cut ties with you, LOL. Then what happened to you having Eric apologize to me for your rude actions? Does this mean you really are drunk off your butt again? That has nothing to do with the elderly, LOL. You are part of the elderly, aren't you? After all, you're 12 years older than my fiancé, LOL. I never asked to have any grandmas or grandpas here today, so please go home. Then the whole family is going to head home. When it comes to this family, everyone in it is above the age of 30, and I made sure to show my parents all the messages you've sent. Hold up, what? I don't really get what you mean, so can you explain? You seem to have made an enemy of everyone in Eric's family. Oh, well, I guess. This is what you wanted, right? Well then, we're all heading home now. It'll be great to see if you really can pull the rest of this wedding off, LOL. Mia, hold on a second. I really don't get what you're talking about. Why would everyone else leave? I was just telling you to leave this place. Well, I'm in my 30s, like you said, but my parents are both in their 60s now. And you said that this wedding was only for those under the age of 30, right? So, you young folk can all go ahead and enjoy this wedding. Although I'm not really sure what this wedding is being held for anymore. If you'd planned to just have this wedding to have a party and all get messed up together, you should have chosen a different day and theme. That's not what all of this is about. Your parents and everyone else can stay. Well, it looks like you have to be under the age of 30 to be here, so we're all heading out. And also, my family is fed up with this, and we're all going to act as though this wedding never even happened in the first place. Huh? What? Hold on, Mia. All of the family that was here is going to be gone now. And in the case of all your family, they can't attend this wedding either, right? Honestly, you're better off just calling off this whole wedding right now. If you just wanted to have this party with all of your friends, you should have just said so from the very start. But you went out of your way to send us all the invite to this thing. We all gave up our time and energy to come here, all just to learn that we have to be under the age of 30. What a complete waste, Layla. You're wrong! That's not at all what I wanted everyone to do. Do you think you can all come back now? I'm sorry that you happened to misunderstand everything I said. No way that's happening now. Why not? Most of us elderly people can't even walk that much anymore, LOL. And you said that all of us stinky elderly aren't supposed to be at your wedding, so we've decided we can't walk back there now. So, you go and have all the fun in the world with all your young friends. Wait! Eric's getting really pissed off now. Well, he has the right to. He has every right to be pissed off with you for what you've said, and you ruining the wedding for him has really stuck a knife in his back. Help me, Mia! I can't deal with all of this now. Having all this happen on my very special day is literally the worst thing that's happened. Please, Mia. Can't you do something about all of this? I know there's something you can do to fix everything for me. Come on now, Layla. LOL. Coming to me now trying to get me to help you with your wedding is far too late. Maybe you could try and stop acting like you've done nothing wrong. You literally thought that because you were younger than everyone else, you could boss us all around. And in my case, you chose to spill a bunch of red wine all over me. What the hell have you been thinking? Anyone with a hint of sanity to themselves would never try something like that. I'm sorry, Mia. I never meant to do that to you. I can see now that pouring that wine all down your dress was a bit too much. It wasn't only me that you ended up making very embarrassed, but also Eric. And so I'm happy to see that he's getting upset over all you've done today. But I never planned for any of this to happen to me. I didn't think that a simple party trick would spiral out of control this badly. I just thought it'd make for a funny memory later on by me picking on you. And I'm saying that kind of thinking is what makes you a terrible person. I know that. I'll tell you everything straightforward now. I was maybe a little too drunk today, and being as drunk as I was, I thought it'd be funny to pour that wine on you and then call you a grandma in front of everyone. I promise I'll make this all up to you, so can you please grab everyone and come back here right now? I just want to make sure we can finish this wedding with no more hiccups. No, thank you. Why the hell not? All of us elderly are going to go back home like adults. LOL. You ended up taking your life down an ugly path with that drinking of yours. LOL. But yet again, this is what you wanted, so I have nothing else to say to this. And in Eric's case, it seems he no longer wants to be around you either. He's going to your parents as we speak to apologize to them, all because of you. What should I do? This is all going to ruin me. If I'm not able to marry Eric, then life is going to end for me. Today is supposed to be the day we get married, right? And if only you would have held back from the bottle a little bit longer, you could have had your wedding and your man. But it's a little too late to think about what could have been done differently now. I assume that even after this, you're not going to change that hideous character of yours. Both my parents are pissed at me now. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do about all of this now. You really can't come and help me? I understand that my wedding isn't going to turn out the way I had planned, but what did I do to deserve this? I've heard from Eric that he's been well aware of all the alcohol you've been drinking these days, and it seems that he could no longer hold himself back from letting you get away with it. My brother is a very reserved man, but he does not like watching people get treated poorly, and he especially doesn't like it when it's someone he loves that's treating another person horribly. And since him and I have been very close to one another ever since he was born, he can no longer forgive you for what you did to me and everyone else today. I don't think he'll ever think about marrying you again. Wait! If things keep going downhill like this, my parents are going to leave me behind as well. Why does my wedding have to be over all just because of one thing that I happen to say? I can see that even your parents are smart enough to cut ties to someone that thinks it's okay to get drunk and pick on the older sister of their fiancé. Thank goodness you seem to be the only stupid one around. Don't say such hurtful things to me! All I did was say one mindless thing, and that's it! I never meant to hurt anyone, and I said I'm sorry! You didn't only say some stupid and hurtful things, but you carried them out as well. The dress I have on is very, very expensive. Of course, I'll be asking for you to pay me back at some point. Red wine such as the one you spilled on me is not easy to take out, so I wonder if I'll just have to get another one of these high-brand dresses again. Hold on, please! Haven't I already apologized to you enough for all of this? You'll have to pay for the wedding getting canceled as well, probably. I think that'll really put a dent in your savings for sure. I have to pay for this wedding getting canceled too? I told you I don't want this wedding getting canceled! Also, out of your spite for me, you caused a lot of problems for everyone that came today. My brother has no other choice but to have you pay for everything. I think you'd better just give up now and try again starting a new life where you're less of a pain in the butt for everyone. LOL. Now, I'm going to leave. Wait, please, Emmy. I'm apologizing for all of this. I'll even get down on my hands and knees to say I'm sorry to you. Please come back to the wedding now, okay? You and all the family. We can even let everyone get together after this so your family and mine can bond more. You told me before you didn't want to perform such old traditions, right? LOL. You should be happy that us elderly people will never have to talk with one another anymore now. Well, with that, this old woman is going to say goodbye. Being in your 30s isn't even close to being old. You could still come. I just happened to have a really bad misunderstanding. I'm really sorry. Why won't you answer me right now? Please, I really want you to listen to me apologizing to you. You don't have to apologize to me for that, LOL. We no longer have a relationship with one another. Too bad you can never become my sister-in-law, huh? But luckily, you got everything you wished for today. Now, you and all your young friends enjoy the rest of your time today. Well, I suppose your fun time is up, though, since the wedding is officially over, LOL. And just like that, the wedding was canceled, and their chances of getting married were no more. My brother Eric had had enough of Layla, and since then has not once talked to her. And as for her parents, they were both also finished with their daughter's bullcrap and kicked her out of their house forever. Layla then tried to rely on some friends to help her out and let her stay with them, but they all knew how horrible of a person she was and just laughed in her face. She then was left with nobody to help her, and hopefully began to realize that she had no allies anymore. I'm sure this has all taken a definite mental toll on her, and I wonder if she'll ever recover from her mistakes.